Look at all this loot! DJ, none for you! Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I am a shameless fan of getting free stuff! What we have here is a shipment from NFStrike. They asked me if I wanted to review a bunch of the new optic-type items that they started carrying, and I said, absolutely! Send me whatever you got. So they sent me this variety, and it's an interesting variety. I'm going to start with the one-off, which are some binoculars. Now, I have binoculars that are on one of my thigh rigs, but these ones have this nifty camo pattern. They are not particularly powerful, though they do magnify a little bit. They are toy plastic. They do come with, you know, a neck strap. And I don't know if this actually focuses them. I believe it does. No, I take it back. I think it's just decoration. I don't think it actually focuses at all. So, yeah. But, like I said, they magnify a little bit. So if you really need some toy quality binoculars in this particular camo pattern, they've got you. Next, I'm going to take a look at the two scopes that they sent. One of them is just, you know, fake, no magnification at all, just has reticles, though it is actually a fairly nice reticle. And it does resemble certain Nerf ones, but of course is in all black, but that means you could easily paint it to whatever configuration you wanted. And since it doesn't have any lenses of any kind, you don't have to worry about the lenses getting paint on them. So, yeah, nice looking. It is Nerf rail. That is something I thought was actually kind of interesting. It is Nerf style rail and does have a locking pin, so let me find a Nerf blaster and see how well it actually fits. The only blaster for chesting scopes on, of course. Alright. Well, that's a problem. Why is that happening? Oh, I see. I don't think it's quite... I think the lip here is keeping it from going all the way back and properly locking, perhaps. Or it's just not locking very tight in general. Oh, it's a little both. Okay, so it's not quite locking all the way. Let's try it on one that doesn't have that and see if it locks better. Alright, so on one that has just the vertical stops in the slide, it actually locks quite nicely. So, don't try putting it on a Maverick, but you could put it on, say, a Sledgefire with no handle. Never you mind while it has no handle. So that one's kind of nice. Might try putting that on that one. Then we have this one. Now this one actually magnifies. It actually has lenses, but it's not a particularly impressive sight picture. Though it does focus. So that's nice. And it does magnify, but it doesn't have any kind of a reticle in it. So you get one or the other. You either get a reticle or you get magnification. Apparently you can't have both. Fascinating. This one is Picatinny Rail. So if you just wanted a really cheap cosmetic scope, this one might suffice. Interesting. All the dials and stuff are, of course, decoration, but there's that. Now let's take a look at the more interesting ones. We have 3 different red dot sights, and they kind of go in increased quality, as it were. So we're going to start at the bottom of the barrel and work our way up. So we have this one, which is also, all of these have Picatinny Rail attachments that are adjustable, so it'll tighten down. It'll probably tighten all the way down to Nerf Rail. Nope, not a chance. Never mind, I take it back. At least this one doesn't. This one is by far, I guess I would argue, the fakest. It has what looks like it should be the battery release to open the battery door, but it isn't. That's purely cosmetic. It has dials on the side that look like they should do something. It has buttons on the back that look like they should do something, but they don't. The only thing that does anything is there's a screw on the bottom here to take the battery out, and it just takes AAA batteries, which doesn't come with, but I had some lying around, so I put them in there. And then the center button here does, in fact, turn it on, and it's a decent light, but it's not actually a holographic style red dot sight like it pretends to be. It's literally just a reticle that lights up. It's a light shining up through the plastic, and the plastic been etched so that the green lights up. It's not actually a light projecting that onto the reticle, which is how these things usually work, which is why the sight is always pointed at your target. No matter how you look through it, it moves around so that you don't have to be looking directly at the reticle. If you can see the reticle, it's pointing at whatever it looks like it's pointing at. This doesn't do that. This is just a cosmetic light, a fixed reticle. You would need to be looking straight back through it, and you would need to line it up with a forward sight post. But it looks good, and I would hope that it is quite absurdly inexpensive for what you're getting. But yeah. Let's take a look at the next step up. The next step up is this one, which is shorter but wider. It has a spring-loaded Picatinny Rail point, so that is nice. That would make it easier to get on and off. It uses smaller batteries. It uses LR44 batteries, and are a pain to get in here the way the spring and the post are all designed. I'm not going to open it up because I don't want to have to try to put the battery in. It comes with the batteries, and you just pull the little tab to release them, though when I got mine, the batteries were dead, and that may be because the tab got pulled out earlier, and so it was technically turned on the whole time. Again, the things that would normally allow you to adjust don't actually do anything. They are just decoration. And the buttons here, NV does nothing, up does nothing, down turns it on. But it is a proper holographic style sight. It is one that is projected onto the screen, but it's just a little pinpoint of light, as the name would suggest on these. So it's doesn't have any changes. There's no way to adjust it. It doesn't come in any different colors. It just has the little X there. So slightly more complicated, but not a whole lot more. And then we get to this one. And this one, I don't know if this is one that any of you have ever heard of, if this is actually a fancy one, if this is a truly legitimate one, but it is several orders of magnitude better than those. First of all, it's metal, and a beautiful anodized aluminum look to it. I'm not sure what I want to put this on, but I definitely want to put it on something because it's really pretty. The battery housing does actually open up the way it should, and it comes with the batteries. It's 4 LR44s that have been taped into, or shrink-wrapped into 2 packs of 2 that then just slides into place, and you lock it into place using that little tab. All of the buttons actually do stuff. So the dials on the side for adjusting it actually do adjust it. So that is legitimate. You can actually adjust your sight picture on this one. And then the buttons on the back also all do stuff. The center button is the color changing. So it has both, I don't know if you can even see it. I don't think you can. Oh, there it is. So it has both green and red. And then you can adjust how bright the sight is using the up and down. So you can make it really, really dim if you don't want people to easily see it, or you can make it really, really bright. And this one is, as you can see, a true, proper holographic style sight where trying to get it lined up is difficult, but if it's lined up, then you're looking at what it's going to shoot at right in the middle of that little circle. This one is pretends to be that, but still isn't. This one actually is. And then to turn it off, you hold the center button, and it turns it off again. The center button isn't what turns it on. You either go up or down to turn it on, and then the center to turn it off, to hold down the center to turn it off, or push the center to change colors. So, yeah, this one is actually really nice. On the side it says, for law enforcement and military use. So I suspect this is actually something legit, and I assume it's going to cost considerably more. It does also come with cleaning material, as well as actual instructions. The batteries came in those little things. Comes in a nice box. This one didn't even come in a box. So that should tell you kind of how concerned they are about the condition of it. But this one is really quite nice. I know nothing about these kinds of sites as far as what their value is, what it should be worth. So I couldn't tell you if it's a good deal. But all the links will be in the description if you want to go check them out. They often have big sales on stuff and specials on stuff, so you might be able to get it for, who knows, 75% off someday. But this one I really like. These ones are good for cosmetic stuff if you just really want a sight on the top of it, even if it doesn't function at all like a sight. Same with the scopes. They look cool. They're really inexpensive. They are Picatinny Rail or Nerf Rail, depending on which ones you get. So, yeah, some neat stuff. This one will probably go on my Mega Burn, honestly, because it's the only blaster I think I have that has red on it that's worthy of a sight this nice. So that's probably where that'll end up, because I think it'll look good on it. In fact, why don't we? Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. That is pretty cool. I'll have to see if I can get it in any way sighted in, since it does actually have... It is actually adjustable, supposedly. And that would be pretty neat. If nothing else, it looks really cool on there, I think. The red. Let me know what you guys think. All the links will be in the description. Of course, NFStrike is who sent these to me. Thank you so much for the swag. And thank you guys for watching. What do you think I should put the rest of these on? What blasters do you know that I have that you think would look good with a scope that doesn't actually do anything? Put that down in the description and we can chat about it. Thanks for watching.